I'm holding Bruce Smith's shoe, man. Do you know what Bruce does in these shoes, man? Bad things, man. I mean bad things.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you remember the iconic film clip of Bruce Smith absolutely pancaking Phil Simms. I'd like to see a remake of that with Bradley Chubb absolutely pancaking Patrick Mahomes. Bad things, man. Bad things. Denver Broncos Mile High View. No commercials, and as always, no bullshit. So what I like to do, and the reason I have my channel, is discuss what nobody wants to discuss. You know, the 10,000-pound elephant in the room. And I've been very good at that and spotting that, and it, comes back, and usually I have to bring it up. It's like I told you so. This particular video is about how to neutralize the Denver Bronco defense. I think as a fan, you should take a look at, all the possibilities of, how to defeat your team. Offensively, how do you defeat the Denver Broncos? That could be another video too. But this one is the defense. Now, after the game with San Francisco, everybody says, oh, this is the number one defense. And again, like I said, I caution that this is, by the way, this is San Francisco we're talking about here. But I will say this is the good news. The good news is I believe the Denver Broncos defense is poised to beat teams who arrogantly will not run more than throw, and that would be like Kansas City or an Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay. I really think that this defense is really built to beat those two type of teams. Offensively, can they beat those teams? That's another question. But defensively, they're really built to beat those teams, or definitely slow them down. And last year, Kansas City was slowed down by the Broncos, primarily the defense. They were competitive with the Chiefs, one of the few teams that was competitive. The bad news for the Denver Broncos is I don't believe this defense is anywhere near good enough to beat a Los Angeles Rams team, which they're going to play a preseason game coming up. And unfortunately, I don't believe I'll be able to see all that. Maybe, I don't know. I may be out of the loop for that game. But, or New Orleans, where the Broncos' Achilles, what I've noticed, especially in this, it was glaring in the San Francisco game, and nobody wanted to talk about it, was the fact that the Broncos really didn't have an answer to stop San Francisco's run. Really, quite frankly, even Seattle didn't, their second unit, because their first unit didn't play offensively, really wasn't all that hampered either running the football. But if you remember in San Francisco, they gouged the Broncos for a 12-yard running play, and then came back with another 6-yard running play. Then they got into this pass, which obviously totally backfired on the San Francisco first unit. But as far as running the football, it was like a hot knife through butter. So if you really want to beat the Denver Broncos defense, or at least neutralize it, everybody's talking about how great the passing. Well, obviously you don't want to play into the strength of that. You get a team like Belichick comes to town. Okay, we'll go to the extreme. What he's going to do is, and I think, quite frankly, that Oakland has a better shot at beating the Denver Broncos defense than Kansas City does. That may surprise you. I'll give you the Belichick answer to this, which, Gruden could do the same thing. Is I'm not going to risk Brady or Carr to getting pummeled by Chubb and Von Miller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, you got to stop the run. You got a great pass defense, but you have to stop the run. And if you can't do that, the passing we do, it's going to be quick. It's going to be, we're going to have the quarterback get rid of the ball no more than 3 seconds. Now, this is going to depend on, a smart offensive coordinator like Belichick. He's not going to have Tom Brady hang on to the football. Brady's going to get rid of that ball with it not more than 3 seconds. They are not going to give Chubb the opportunity, or Von Miller, to beat the shit out of Brady. He's going to get rid of that ball fast. And if I'm John Gruden, come opening day, I'm going to run the ball down the Broncos' throat, which I honestly don't think that the Broncos are going to be that capable of stopping it. You know, I think from what I'm seeing is teams like the Raiders, I think, who have the ability to run the ball. I mean, these are teams that really have. There's teams out there they'll play that they're not the best run stop. They're not the best running teams. You know, then that bodes in the Broncos' favor. But there are teams out there like the Rams who they can run the ball and throw the ball. And they don't necessarily have to throw the ball over the place. Like, I think that, you know, if, like I said, Gruden's worth his salt, you're going to see a lot of running, and he's only going to have, he's going to have Carr get rid of the ball quickly when they do pass. So the Broncos aren't out of the woods defensively. That's how I would attack them, and until I'm proven, until I believe that they can really stop the run, which I do not believe they can after what I've seen, that's how I would go about attacking the Denver Broncos defense.